Alright guys, welcome back to another video. It's your boy John Biffle, and today we're going to be doing some math with yours truly. So as you guys see right here, that's my test I got back, and there was some questions that a lot of students got wrong at my school. So we're going to be looking over those questions because they're having a retest. So we're going to be starting off with one of the questions right here. So let me just quickly write this question down. I'll be back in the video. Alright guys, so here is the question. So we're given this equation right here. Oh my god, sorry. So we're given this equation right here. 2x plus 5y minus 10 is equal to 0. We're supposed to find a table of values. Now this is in standard form, and we're supposed to find it in slope-intercept form. So a slope-intercept form is y equal to mx plus b. This is slope-intercept form. So what we have to do in this case, we need to change this into slope-intercept form. So we want this 5y to be on this side. So the way we have to do it, since it's adding 5, we have to subtract 5y on both sides. So which means the 5y cancels out the 5y, and then the next step you need to write down 2x minus 10 equals negative 5y. Now that's good. Now the y is on this side, but now I want to remove the 5. So what we have to do in order to remove the 5, we have to divide all these values by negative 5. This way y will be isolated. So we're going to subtract all of these with negative 5. So negative 5 cancels out negative 5. So now it will be y equal to negative 10 divided by negative 5. And remember, for multiplication, division with integers, negative divided by negative or negative multiplied by negative will always be positive. So this would be positive 2. So we're going to add a plus 2 right here. And then since this says 2x minus 5, now this is where students actually make the mistake. They keep the minus sign on the denominator, which is absolutely wrong. So the negative sign will always have to be in the numerator. So you first of all need to bring this to the top, which is simply you're going to do negative 2 over 5 and put the x over here. Now we have gotten this. It's time for us to write the table of values. Now to write the table of values, I'm going to just use my hands, but when you're writing your test, you need to use a ruler. So let's draw the table of values. So we're going to have x and y right here. Now the 2 is actually the b value, and the negative 2 over 5x, negative 2 over 5, my bad, sorry, is the m value. So whenever there's a value right beside the x right here, since m is right beside x, this is actually going to be the m value, and the m values actually rise over 1 when we're doing the graph. So the x-axis, since the b value, as I'm going to say, it's actually also known as the y-intercept, meaning that's where the actually starts. That's where the equation of the line starts. So which means since this is the b value, which is the y-intercept, which means that this will be 2 and this will be 0. That's the first one. Now we want to do rise over 1, which is the m value. So negative 2 is the rise, so which means we're going down over 1. So which means since we're going down, now this is where sometimes students actually make the mistake. So they're going down, so which means we're going to go down. And if I'm not mistaken, we should technically end up at 0 over here. And this one will supposed to end up at 5. So now be 5 comma 0. Then we continue. 10, negative 2. We keep on going down. And then 15, negative 4. there is your table of values. You can do 3, 2 or more, or 3. I'm just going to go with 4. If you want, you can do 5. So there you go. You have the table of values. This is your table of values. This question has been solved. Now there are other questions that students sometimes make the mistake where they actually, when there is the question that slope-intercept form is given, sometimes students don't know what's the m value and what's the b value. For instance, so y is equal to 3 over 2x minus 5. So this is where students actually need to concentrate a lot, because this is one of the most important lessons when you're coming to grade 10. 3 over 2x, 3 over 2 is actually the m value in 5. Whenever there's a subtraction step right here, that means this is actually a negative. So which means m value is equal to 3 over 2, where the b value is equal to negative 5. And if it was a positive 5, then we'll then you don't need to just write down the positive, just keep it as 5. But when it comes to where it says mx minus b, which is this one, 3 over 2x minus 5, then this is where you need to write down the negative sign. That's where students actually make the mistake. Now that we have solved that, there are a lot of other questions we are going to be solving. So let's go on a test sheet, because sorry for some of the mistakes, because this is one of the questions. So 3x plus 4y minus 12 is equal to 0. We need to find the x and y intercepts. This, it might be a little bit tricky, but I'm not joking, it's actually very easy. So the way you need to do this is you need to first of all find these individually. So if you want to find the x-intercept, then y is equal to 0. And if you want to find the y-intercept, then x is equal to 0. So which means if you want to find the x-intercept and y is equal to 0, you need to plug for 4, since there's 4y, you need to substitute y with 0 over here. And as you know, in multiplication, any number multiplied with 0 would always be 0. So which means this will be cancelled out. Then we're left with 3x minus 12 equal to 0. And then we just need to solve the equation. We just need to isolate we just need to remove the 12 on this side. And since it's 0 plus 12, which is actually 12 over 3, 3x over 3 equal to 12 over 3, and x is equal to 4. Now, same thing with the y-intercept. 3 times 0 equal to 4x minus 12 equal to 0, because we're finding the y-intercept. So since we need to find the y-intercept, then x is actually need to equal to 0. So which means now it'll be 4y minus 12 equal to 0. So now 3 times 0 plus 4y is equal to 12, minus 12 is equal to 0. So now this cancels out, 4y minus 12 equal to 0, negative 12 plus 12 cancels out, 0 plus 12, 4y over 4 minus 12 over 4, y is equal to 3. So now that you find your x and y intercept, you're done the question. Now sometimes students are confused with this question right here. And it's actually one of the most important questions on this test. So we're going to work together through this question. So here we are. So we're going to work on this question in the next video. Actually, not the next video. We'll do it right now. Let me just stop recording. All right. So this is the question that a lot of students were confused on. So this is actually the last question on our test. The lines y equal to negative 2x minus 2, and then there's x minus 2y plus 6 equal to 0, and y equal to 0.5x minus 7. They're graphed below, but right here the equation is not given, which technically I'm supposed to write it down. So just leave this line for now and just follow along. So first of all, there is one equation of the line that's written in standard form. So right down here is the way I actually do it. So first of all, I need to change this into slope y-intercept form. But when I need to write down the equation, I need to use this one. But I just need to find the slope-intercept form in order to write in order to figure out if this equation goes up here, here, or here. So first, what I did was I first of all figured this out and then actually do the rest. But the way I did it was I actually looked at where the y-intercept starts, which is the b value. In this case, y equal to negative 2x minus 2. Minus 2 is actually the starting point. So if I look down here, this is the equation right down here, which is actually following this line. And if I'm actually correct, this right here, that point over there, that's negative 2 because it's going down by 2, and this is going up by 2. This is going right by 2. So which means this is y equal to negative 2x minus 2. So then this one, which is y equal to 0.5x minus 7. So this is where actually students kind of make a mistake. It starts 0.5x minus 7, which is going up 0.5. Actually, what am I saying? Just forget what I said. So it starts at negative 7. So I need to figure out where negative 7 actually starts. And in this case, this line right here, it starts right here. And that's where negative 7 is. Because all the odd numbers are actually right between these intersecting lines right here. So now that's where negative 7 starts. Now I need to check if it's going up by 0.5. Since it's going up by 0.5, which means this is the right equation for this line. Now x minus 2y plus 6 equal to 0. You first of all need to change this into y-intercept form, but you need to bring it back to standard form, which is the regular equation. So since it's y equal to 2x plus 3, I find the equation. I find the line that actually is y equal to 2x plus 3. So I need to figure out where actually 3 is, and literally this is where 3 is, and it's actually the starting point. And I need to check if it's going up by 2. And as you can see, it's actually going up by 2. So now that you have found it, you're good to go with the next question. Determine the equation of the 4 line that all 4 lines above will form a square. So I did y equal to 2x plus 18, which is correct. But this is where students kind of get confused at how did you figure it out. So let's look back to the graph. So see right here, we're going to look at these two only. Let's forget about this line and this line, which I draw. Just look at these two lines. You notice right here, this is where it starts, and I figure out how many points does it take to come over here. So I count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so as you can see, they're both 5 units apart. Actually, since I'm saying 5 units apart, but it's actually going up with 2's, but whatever. 5 units apart. So which means I need to do the same thing with this one. 5 units apart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It starts right here and it starts right here. That's good. Now we just need to figure out where does it actually start? Where's the b value? And as you can see, the b value is actually right here, which is at plus 18. So which means y is equal to 2x plus 18. And how did I got the 2? I checked if it's going at my bad minus 2x. It's actually minus 2x. So it's going down by minus 2, which means this is actually the correct line. Let's go to the last question. This was actually wrong. It was actually supposed to be greater. The rest of them are correct. So x minus 2y plus 6 is greater than 0. So what you need to figure out with this one is to see how to like shade the square. We need to like shade this part. We need to figure out how to shade this square right here. As you can see, I actually shaded in, which you can see right here. So how do we figure that out? I actually draw all these arrows right here. This will actually indicate if when your teacher actually checks the test. So first we need to figure out what the three equations that were given plus the equation that we as a students actually wrote down. So let's start with this one. Y is greater than minus 2x minus 2, which is actually correct. So this one, it was supposed to not be less. This was actually supposed to be greater. So which means now I just need to find any value over here that's actually like not intersecting with this line. And as you can see, there are a couple of points in the square that actually don't intersect the line. I do the same thing with all of these. Choose any plot in here that does not intersect with the line, these lines right here, and that will actually shade in the square. You need to do that with all of these plus the line that you created. And then that's where you can actually figure out that this part actually right here, this actually shades the square. This part right here will shade in the square. Now, sometimes students need to be careful with this question, because this is where I make the mistake. I said less than negative 2x minus 2, which was absolutely wrong. It was supposed to be greater than negative 2x minus 2. So which means all of these are actually great. All the top ones are greater. Only the bottom one is actually less than negative 2x plus 18. So I hope this video helped a lot. If you want to see more videos, please like the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I'm actually going to make another math video where I'm actually finding the surface area and volume of irregular 3D objects. That's it for me, guys. See you in my next video, and please watch my other Geometry videos. See you guys, and as always, have a wonderful and fantastic day.